Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Space to maneuver at the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line.
Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going. Tight off.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got it to Ingram, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
First and 10.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Come on. You better bring it. Check 13. West. Hey, 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Check, ready. Pittsburgh. I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got it to Williams. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
To throw is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw again. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Check 41. Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jackson now. Got a man. It's complete. Williams.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Let's go.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's it, baby.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Switch it. Under 10, 10. Go. I got motion. Mike, bye.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Watson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this from both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the 50, it's Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey, eat. Let's make these babies cry all the way. Let's go. Let's make these babies cry.
Jackson escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 87 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Here we go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big play there from McCaffrey. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now a throw here to his running back. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's got this down to the 35.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you? Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Does the big boy have the juice? And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Watson now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here.
Hey, 59! 52! Watch Mike.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
First down.
Watson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Past the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Set. 19. Check 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Come off the ball, hard.
Watson now from the downhill throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw is Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will get them one closer.
Texans 10. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He'll run it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. 44 yards there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go. We got to read. Check 55 to Mike.
Man out, man out, man out, man out.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They come out here in the I.
Go.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Set. 19. 54 Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
From the red zone now, Watson rolling to his right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll come out in the pistol.
Right there, 56. Hey, defense.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal. Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown, Houston.
Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.